Hello, everyone. Welcome to Chemistry with Adnan. And this is our third lecture in the series for IGCSE Cambridge Chemistry 0620. We are covering the entire syllabus topic by topic. So this is chapter number 2, atoms, elements, and compounds. 2.1. This chapter has around 7 topics. So the first one is elements, compounds, and mixtures. So if you look at the syllabus, so the first subtopic is describe the differences between elements, compounds, and mixtures. So let's take a look at these. So this is basically this is the very basics of chemistry. If you're starting to learn chemistry, this is the best place to start with, and this is the first fundamental lecture or lesson on the concepts of chemistry. Okay, so how do we define an element? Element is a substance that is made from one type of atom, right? So let's say a ring made out of pure gold. So all the elements, they have the same number of protons. So elements can also be defined as particles in which we have the same number of protons. And elements are pure substances, and that cannot be broken down further. So that's another definition. Elements are pure substances, and they cannot be broken down. They cannot be simplified further, right? Cannot be broken down into more simpler substances. What are examples? So oxygen gas, gold, copper, right? Carbon, nitrogen gas, helium, like many examples we can give. We have 119 elements on the periodic table in total, and out of these 119 elements, I believe 92 or 96 are naturally occurring, and the rest are man-made. Okay, so now let's talk about compound. So this was the explanation of elements. So now, what are compounds? Compound is a substance made from two or more elements that have reacted with each other, and they must be different. Remember that. So when two different elements they combine together, elements combine together chemically. So this word chemically and this word different, these are very important. I'll explain it in a minute that why they are important. So combine together chemically. Yeah, so they create compound, right? So let's take a look at some examples now. So hydrogen and oxygen gas, when they chemically combine, bonds are being broken, and these atoms, they rearrange and they create water. So now you can see that water, and these are elements, both of them, they are elements. Hydrogen is an element, and oxygen is also a pure substance, an element, and they are joining together and they are producing water, which is a compound, right? So now these elements, they are chemically combined and they cannot be separated by physical means. Okay, so we can, yeah, as I've just described, that a chemical reaction is needed to break apart the chemical bonds between elements in compounds, right? So other examples of compounds can be carbon dioxide, ammonia, right? And many other examples can be given. But H2, that is not a compound, because the two elements that are chemically combined are the same, right? Similarly, oxygen gas, it is not a compound, because the two atoms that are combined together, they are similar, and Yeah, for a compound, they must be different. Okay, so this was the explanation for compounds. Now we talk about mixtures. Mixtures, when elements, they are physically combined together. For example, we have a jar in which we have a few pieces of gold, we have a few pieces of copper, of iron, right? And yeah, and some other unreactive elements, right? So these are basically they are just hanging around in this flask. They don't react with each other. So this can be called a mixture where the elements are physically combined and they can be easily separated. And mixtures can be of different types. We can have a mixture of compounds. Let's say we have H2O, water, like, or you can mix oil in it. So we can have different, like we can have a mixture of gases, like air, for example. In air, we have different gases mixed together. So mixtures can be separated using separation techniques such as filtration. Okay, this is important. So how do we separate mixtures? Mixtures can be separated using separation techniques such as filtration. Filtration is a technique which is used to separate solid from a liquid. For example, you have a beaker in which we have some water, and water contains sand particles. So what we can do is we can use a funnel with a filter paper and another beaker. We can put a filter paper here, and when you pour this beaker onto this funnel, so what will happen? Sand particles, they will be trapped here. They will not be able to pass through the filter paper, and liquid water, clean liquid water, will be collected here. So what we just did, we separated sand, a solid, and water, a liquid, using this separation technique, which we call filtration. Another separation technique is called simple distillation. Simple distillation. So what is simple distillation? In simple distillation, what we do is that we use a condenser. So it is used to separate two liquids mostly. So we have a flask, usually a round bottom flask, which contains the mixture of two liquids, and let's say water and alcohol. So we heat this flask. It is sealed here with a thermometer, and like with thermometer inside, and this part is connected to a condenser. So what is a condenser? Condenser is basically uh, a specialized glass tube which allows the passage of cold water, which is in contact with the this inner tube, through which the gas can pass, vapors or steam can pass. So as water flows in contact with this tube, so the gas inside the inner tube, it gets its temperature drops and it condenses, and the water or any liquid that has a lower boiling point, and that can be collected here in another beaker, right? So let's say we have water here, and we have alcohol. So water has a higher boiling point, and alcohol has a lower boiling point as compared to water. So when you heat this mixture of water and alcohol, so what will happen? Alcohol will boil first. It will change into vapors, and the vapors of alcohol, they will pass through this condenser, and water is flowing in the outer tube, which will cool down the vapors of alcohol, and they will condense, and alcohol will be collected here in this flask, and the water will be left in this round bottom flask. So this is basically what a simple distillation is. Another separation technique that is mentioned in the syllabus, that is crystallization. So crystallization is when we make a saturated solution of something, let's say sodium chloride in water. So sodium chloride is soluble in water, so it will dissolve, crystals will disappear. Now, how do we separate this dissolved sodium chloride from this mixture of water and salt? So we heat this mixture, and we evaporate most of water, and the volume of water, it decreases to the point where the quantity of sodium chloride that was present in this, that was soluble in this volume, is now insoluble, because now we don't have enough solvent remaining in the beaker, right? So as the volume decreases, the solubility of sodium chloride, like, it will not remain soluble in water now. So we allow it to cool down. Now water, we don't have that much water left, and the same amount of salt that was once soluble in a larger quantity, in a larger a volume, is will become insoluble now. And as we allow it to cool down gradually, so crystals will appear. So sodium chloride will crystallize out, and we can then filter it, and this is how we can separate or retrieve sodium chloride from a dissolved solution. So we will talk about these separation techniques in our upcoming lessons. These techniques, they are very important when we will be covering acids, bases, and salts. So more about this will be explained in those lessons. So more, in order to explain more about mixtures, is that the chemical properties of each substance in the mixture are unchanged. For example, air, consisting of molecules such as nitrogen, oxygen, we have nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide in air. So and they exist independently. They don't lose their properties. They don't react with each other, right? So this is another property of a mixture, where chemical properties of each substance in the mixture remains unchanged. So this was about elements, compounds, and mixtures. And I will see you in the next lesson. And I also offer one-to-one tutoring sessions. If you are interested, you can fill the Google form given below in the description. And you can also join my free school community, for which the link is given in the description. And at school, in that community, I offer free lessons, and you can also subscribe to my in the premium package, where you can attend lessons, weekly lessons, four times, like weekly lessons 4 times a month. And yeah, next, this will be all. I'll see you in the next lesson. Take care. Goodbye.